get into the video, I filmed this morning. I live in Australia, so I filmed it in the morning, and it was going to be released tonight about talking to him about the Archie Gray situation. But legit, 30 minutes ago, as I'm about to put it live, basically, and put the video live, basically, it's been confirmed that we've rejected the bid from Brentford, which either means two things. Two things that means. It's either Spurs have come in for him. Spurs have come in for him could be one of them, and maybe we get Rodon for that. Still think that's not suitable for Gray. I think Gray's better than Rodon, and better than those two put together, plus Cash. I think we still get Cash, obviously. We will, obviously. Or someone's coming for Somerville. They're the two options that I see, because we do have to sell. And I am mad in this video because I'm furious that we're getting rid of Archie Gray. So just take that in context that it was filmed in the morning for me before we knew about this, okay? Leeds United Football Club. I mean, we've got news today. Oh, this has to be a bit straight. We got news today. Oh my God, what has happened? I'm going to say something. I woke up, right, and I was on Twitch streaming, playing Call of Duty. Anyway, so I was streaming on Twitch, so I had no idea what was going on or what was happening at this time. I finished my stream, and then the first time I go on Twitter, you know, I'm like, I'll open up Twitter and see what's happened. Archie Gray is going to Brentford. And I was like, sorry? And I didn't buy it at first. And I kept seeing, I'm like, oh my God, this is real. Archie Gray's going to Brentford. We're selling Archie Gray. We are selling Archie Gray. And then I went on to Joe's channel, shout Joe, just Joe Football Show, shout out. And then I watched his video of him talking about it and saying stuff like, what, like me thinking, what is the club doing? We're already selling Nonto and Somerville 100% this season, and everyone knows before the season starts we're selling them. They're not staying. Somerville is not staying. But selling Archie Gray, a generational talent, a player who, if you look at him and you watch him play, you'll know this, because if you're a Leeds fan, you'll know this. Probably our best player that's come through at the club in the last 3 decades. He's generational, being compared to the likes of Jude Bellingham. Now, I know it's 40 million, and people will come back and say, well, we're getting 40 million from him. That's more than what Bellingham went for. But are you really going to be the same happy when next season, if we get promoted, because my confidence is low at the moment, losing Archie Gray had put my confidence low. We better have a replacement ready. We better have a player coming in of quality, because he is generational. So we better have a player of quality coming in that can play right back and centre mid. Because he's a centre mid. Don't forget that. I mean, look what he did at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. And people try to say, well, it's 40 million and we'll just replace him like it's easy. So that means we have to get another right back in. Okay, that's now confirmed. We have to get another right back in, and this hasn't been done. The transfer hasn't been done, but he's having a medical right now, or he was having a medical today at Brentford, and it's basically done. Is what they're saying. It's basically done. Spurs might come in and hijack the deal. That's the only thing we've heard. Spurs might come in and hijack the deal, and if they do, then we can get Rodon. Maybe we can add in Rodon with it. Right. So the plan for Leeds United is to sell Archie Gray. So the first plan was to sell him to Brentford, right? If it ends up that Spurs hijack the deal, right, and he goes to Spurs and we get Rodon, let's not act like the 49ers, this is their plan all along to get Rodon. Let's not act like that was their plan. Let's not act like that's their plan if that does happen. Because their plan was just to sell him. Sell him for 40 million and get nothing back for it. That was the plan. Get nothing back for it. And we'll see what we do and who we'll bring in at right back. But they better be a bit of good quality. They better be a pretty decent footballer and a good player, because, as I said, Archie Gray is generational. Young player of the season. Let me say that again. Young player of the season. One of our best players. Last season, if you had to tell me your top 5 players, guess who would be in that list? Somerville, who's leaving, Archie Gray, who's now leaving, and Willie Nonto, who is probably going to leave as well. 3 out of the top 5 players are players. I mean, you might say Nonto might be out of that top 5 and be a bit lower, but 3 of them are going to leave. And we're sitting, people are stuck here, people are still saying, we'll get promoted easy this season. Well, we better start bringing players soon, because the fans are going to, I'm getting nervous, right? Fans on Twitter don't, like, they're going to come at the club for this. The club better have a good excuse for selling for selling Gray. Because for me, this is the worst decision we made. The idea that you make Archie Gray leave, because Archie Gray wouldn't want to leave. Archie Gray wants to stay, and we know this because of what we've heard in interviews of Archie Gray and what he said. So when the club come out and say why they have to sell him, they better have a good excuse. I mean, I think the excuse is something like FFP or something, and they better have a good replacement coming in, because otherwise we're going to get on their back, and it will be deserved. It will be deserved if we get on their back because of this. Because I'm looking at this and seeing Archie Gray, Leeds lad, generational talent coming through the club. Oh, his brother's even better than him apparently, Harry Gray. Oh, he'll come in and they'll play together. The dream was to see both of them playing for Leeds United together on the pitch. Well, that's gone. And on Instagram, I know you can't read in this, but Harry Gray followed Brentford. Harry Gray followed Brentford. So don't be surprised in the next. When Archie does leave, because I think it's going to happen now, confirmed, basically. It's basically, we're just waiting for the final details of he's gone. That's what we're just waiting for, that's it. Don't be surprised if in a season or two, Harry Gray's gone as well. And we've lost both the Grays, and I just can't believe it. Like, I was fine with losing Somerville, I was fine with losing Nonto. What did Parag say in that interview about when Red Bull was sponsoring us? They said, we're getting the Red Bull sponsorship in, and we'll be able to keep key players. Now, that key players aren't Somerville. I'm sorry, Somerville is not staying. So who's those players? I tweeted out. I tweeted out today, right? I tweeted out earlier today, and this is 100% facts. Let me just get my tweet up quick, and I'll read it out to you guys. I tweeted out, right? This is what I tweeted out. They talked about us getting the Red Bull deal to keep some of our best players, right? Yeah? So we are now going to lose championship of best player, the best player in the championship, Somerville. Nonto has had a really good season, been up there probably, and a generational talent like Archie Gray. Who are the top players that we're going to keep? Because if this deal didn't come in, Rutter would still be here. Wouldn't change a thing. Rutter would still not leave, and he would still be at the club. Even if this deal didn't happen. Dan James would still be at the club if this deal didn't happen. Let's go through the starting 11. Melia, there's news that he might leave. Okay, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't really know much about it. Apparently it's Marseille, I think, who are trying to come at Melia, but we're putting a price tag on him of, I can't remember what the price tag is. I think it's 20 million minimum or something like that. We're putting like a price tag on him. Okay, look at the back line, okay? Great gone, okay? I can't even. Strauch, not leave. He wouldn't leave even if the Red Bull deal didn't come in. Yes. Rodon was alone. Cooper's contract expired, so I don't really know what other centre back to say. Left back Firpo. Think he would stay anyway, even if the Red Bull deal didn't happen. Nothing would have changed of what he chooses to do at the end of this season. Ampadu, he would have stayed even if this Red Bull deal didn't come in. Okay. Gruev, Kamara, they would have stayed if this Red Bull deal didn't come in. Somerville, whether it did come in or didn't, gonna leave. Nonto, same thing. Dan James would have stayed no matter what. I don't know if I said Dan James today. Rutter would have stayed no matter what. I know I said that. Patrick Bamford would have stayed no matter what. What happened? Whatever happened wouldn't have mattered about Bamford anyway, and I think he would have stayed. Pirro, nothing changes with the Red Bull deal with him. So them saying this Red Bull deal is here to keep some of keep the top players at the club, even if after we didn't get promoted, saying like, oh, this is going to help us keep the top players. Who are those top players? Because Red Bull deal, you look at the squad, all those players, nothing would have changed if we didn't get this deal. So it makes no sense for me, and it sounds like then he was just saying stuff to make the fans happy and talking out of his ass, basically. That's what it sounds like to me. Because I did not expect this to happen. It's a shock. And, well, it's going to happen now. And I'll make another video when it's confirmed that he's leaving and we get to confirm how much we've got for him. The money good? Yeah, of course it's good. But they better have a replacement ready who's quality. Because if not, the fans aren't going to be happy. I mean, none of us are going to be happy. I'm worried. But hopefully we can bring some players in. Hopefully the club have a couple of loan players, because I think we will sign some loan players, but loan players won't come in until like the end of the window, because teams don't loan out players until close to the end of the window. But A very nervous time for Leeds fans. Archie Gray leaving. It's just ridiculous. But thanks for watching the video. If you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time.